It really is such a groundbreaking book and unprecedented within the royal family. We've seen other books come out in the past. His mother's book, of course, her famous book with Andrew Morton, and then Charles also cooperating with the book in the 90s, but nothing quite like this. I mean, the scale of this and the intimate details he shares about life within the royal family, we haven't seen anything like this before. It did. We talked about, how when you go set out to write a book like this, yes, where how much do you go into, and do you draw the line somewhere? And he said he really had to lean into this experience, and in doing that, talk about some of the most uncomfortable things. And he did so. He said that he wouldn't have set out to write this book if he wasn't going to totally go there and lean into it all, the good, the bad, and everything in between, he told us. I think the book is in the reaction to the book is favorable. I think it's a different reaction from the UK. I mean, there's obviously their press is inundated with news stories about them, often negative, and over here there's more of an embracing of them. And the royal family has been so beloved by Americans for years. Of course, with Diana, she was such a beloved figure, and there's such warmth towards her sons. And now to have Harry living here, to have found love with Meghan, and to be starting a family, there's a lot of support for them, and for him to share his story. And there are so many, bombshells and shocking revelations in the book so far that we're learning about. I mean, of course, the alleged physical assault against Harry by his brother William, and that was a really shocking moment for sure. I'm hearing more about the issues between Meghan and Kate, a lot of the misunderstandings, a lot of the issues around the wedding, complicated feelings. That was really interesting to read about too. Of course, some surprising moments of Harry kind of getting really candid about losing his virginity and things like that. There's just been so much that the royal family has kind of kept calm and carried on through. And I think this is a time, though, where, as Harry says, like, silence is a problem. So it's not just about the old motto, which he says, never complain, never explain, which is a complicated one, that it's time to now kind of reconcile with a lot of these long time issues, and that you can't just kind of sit in the dark any longer. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how they move forward. I absolutely think this book, and him talking about the book in more detail with us, will change people's perception. So much has been written and said about the couple since they started dating, since their relationship went public, and now he's setting the record straight on a lot of it, and really letting people know that so much of the negative news that was out there was perpetuated by leaks, within the institution, and he's trying to kind of, open up about what's true, and open people's eyes to what really goes on behind the scenes, and what he sees as a really a systematic problem between the UK press and the palace. It does, shine a light on, these institutional problems that can really be found in pretty much any corporation and institution that there is. And so the royal family, the monarchy, is no exception. It's where do they go from here? What changes did they make within the palace, within the institution, talking about making changes when it comes to HR issues, and of course racism, and what Harry calls unconscious bias, and really educating, and feeling like you can speak out